Should the Indianapolis Colts have been one of the teams that inquired on Trey Lance's availability? So it was made clear in a report that the Niners had a couple of calls from some teams calling about Trey Lance, seeing what he's worth in their eyes. Maybe one of these quarterback needy teams can go and trade for Trey Lance. Should the Colts be one of them? Are they one of them? I think there's a good chance that they are one of them because Chris Ballard and this entire Colts organization has exercised to us that they're looking at all the options. And I know Shane Steichen did say we're focused on the draft, but you can't help but think that they just had a call just to see. The curiosity, why not? So I'd like to welcome you to the JDW Sports Talk Show where every fan is welcome. If you enjoy Colts content, NFL content, this is a place for you. I promise you will not regret it. You will love this place. We have a good time with the community, just everything. And I want to hear your guys' thoughts on this situation. Should the Colts be one of the teams that inquired about Trey Lance's worth? Should they trade for him? So let's start with, can Trey Lance be quarterback one? So he has a lot of fun attributes to his game. He has a lot of fun. Big arm. He's mobile. He's a very good runner. He's learning under Kyle Shanahan, which definitely helps. But that's another thing. If he's learning from Kyle Shanahan, how different is it going to be going from him to another team? Just because how crazy insane that system is. Whatever quarterback you put in there, they find a way to be a pretty damn good quarterback. Now, when Trey Lance did play, he didn't play 2 full seasons. I think he played a total of like 6-8 games, something like that. Not much. And we knew he was raw when he was coming out. So the inexperience is a question. The injuries are a question. The accuracy is a question. And is he ready yet? From a little bit of what we saw, I liked what we saw. Even though the accuracy and some things here and there weren't great, he's learning. And I thought he showed a lot more than we thought we would see last year. So, can Trey Lance be that quarterback one, that franchise guy for the next 10 years? It depends on without talking the price, without talking anything else. Can he be the guy? I don't think so. I think he has the best chance in San Fran, where that quarterback room is incredible. And it's easy to look at the highlights and say, yes, I want him. You break down the tape a little bit, you could see how his decision-making can be questionable at times. There's a few things that he still needs a lot of work with. And, the little bit that he played, I really liked his pocket presence. I thought it was okay. And, just some of the throws that he made sometimes, they're pretty impressive. And you also have to think about the system that he was in. Did that make him look a lot better than he really was? You can make that argument for Jimmy Garoppolo and now Brock Purdy. Now, I think Brock Purdy is a real deal. And this is why teams are probably inquiring. Teams are probably like, oh, Brock Purdy's a guy, so that's why they're inquiring to see about Trey Lance. And if you go and watch some Brock Purdy film, it's like he's been playing the game for 10 years. And he creates, he's accurate. Freaking love Brock Purdy. He has a fire. Oh, he's a guy over there. But that's a different topic for another video. So, next one is, you also want to compare him to some of the prospects in the draft. So, the 3 guys that the Colts have a realistic shot at getting at 4, the 3 most talked about guys. Bryce Young was there, but that was before the Panthers traded up with the Bears. I think the Panthers are taking Bryce Young. I don't see it not happening. I see Bryce Young going to Carolina. And then from there on, it's kind of a question mark. Is Houston going to take Stroud? Are they going to take Will Anderson or Jalen Carter? No, Carter may not go as high because of the off-field issues, but I believe in giving players second chances. Sometimes you never know. everyone makes mistakes. I don't remember what he did, but everyone makes mistakes. If it was a bad one, okay. But he would have been falling crazy on the bar if it was really that bad. So, how does he compare to Anthony Richardson, C.J. Stroud, and Will Levis? So, if you compare him to Anthony Richardson, you're kind of like... So, Anthony Richardson's raw. Trey Lance was very raw coming out as well. Richardson is a whole different animal on the physical standpoint and the physical tools and attributes. He's big. He can move. He's a bit elusive. Cannon of an arm. Anthony Richardson has Trey Lance beat in that department of, just physical freakability. But Trey Lance has that experience now. Granted, has he played a lot of games? No. He has learned that playbook for 2 years, but then again, do you really want a quarterback that young? Having to go from 2.5 years, about 2 years learning a playbook into, oh man, you got to learn a whole different playbook now while he's trying to learn the game. I don't think so. I don't think you want that. If you're going to go for a raw guy, honestly, just take Anthony Richardson at 4. You want to take a guy with huge upside. So, how does he compare to Will Levis? Will Levis is not as athletic. He's a bit mobile. Will Levis has an incredible arm. Accuracy is a question at times. His eating habits are really weird. I don't know, you could take that for a negative or a positive. Positive for him being a leader and doing what he wants. Whatever. I'm just going to pretend that we didn't even talk about that. But Will Levis is ready. He's the most ready you're going to get from a college quarterback. He's worked with systems. He's worked with NFL ready systems. He's worked with that Liam Cohen from Sean McVay's system. He was an offensive coordinator. So he's worked with some offensive guys from the NFL, and that Kentucky offense is pro style. So Kentucky knows what an NFL offense is going to look like. Is it just a matter of fact of him learning the playbook? Sure. I think he could work on his mechanics a little bit. They're not horrible, but they're not great. I don't like the way he throws the ball. I think he puts his elbow into it too much. I don't like that. I just think there's two very different prospects, Trey Lance and Will Levis. And Will Levis is more of a thrower, and I think Trey Lance is more of a runner. And Trey Lance is just still more raw than Levis, I think. So, then you have C.J. Stroud. Stroud isn't really that much of a mover. He's not going to want to run a lot. He has just enough speed and pocket awareness to do what he needs to do to get out of trouble. He's had much better competition at Ohio State, as Anthony Richardson has had better competition. All these three guys have had better competition than Trey Lance in college. So it's been more difficult for them to do what they need to do, if you know what I mean. A little different. C.J. Stroud, he has such an incredible situation at Ohio State. Incredible receivers, incredible offensive line, yet he had one of the worst grades under pressure by PFF. How do you have one of the worst pressure grades when you have all the weapons and the protection in the world? Now, the Ohio State offense is like a one-read offense, really. It's a one-trick pony. You know what I mean? It's a very simple offense. It's not very complex. So it's probably going to be much more difficult for him to make that transition. So, would you rather trade for Trey Lance, who still needs experience, plenty of experience he needs? It's been nice that he's had 2 years to sit back, learn the game under one of the best systems. Maybe a team could take advantage that he's learning under one of the best systems. But honestly, it kind of depends on what the value's at. If, if the value is like, say, a second round pick, sure. And I think that's a fair. I think that's a fair price because it's a high risk for teams as well. They don't know what he's about. They don't know if he's gonna. They don't know what he has yet. Really, you just we just don't have enough tape to get a real evaluation in this kid. You just don't. So it's difficult to make that assumption that he's just gonna get better. And also, yeah, you have some tape of him in the NFL while you have no tape of the other guys in the NFL. I just think you stick at 4. I just think you take a guy at 4. Whether it's Levis, Richardson, take a guy at 4. Okay? I just don't think the Colts should. He's already shown injury issues. He's not scared of hits. He will take a hit. And that right there, I say, yeah, no, I'm okay. I don't care who the quarterback is. He's going to take a hit. He's going to be around 2-3 years. I'm okay. Granted, if you're injury prone, it depends how long you'll be around. But, you get what I'm saying. So, last but not least, will the Niners really trade him? Will they trade him? I don't think so. I don't think he's on the market. I don't think he's ever on the market to begin with. I think maybe the Niners just want to kind of get a grasp of what other teams think he's worth. I think that may be what they're trying to do. But I don't think they're going to be too quick to say that Purdy is absolutely the guy. Now you turn on the tape and you watch Brock Purdy play. There's no doubt in anyone's mind, if you could watch tape and understand it a little bit, that Brock Purdy that he can be an incredible talent. He can be an incredible player. And he was already incredible year 1. He was creating. He had a spark. He just had that. Purdy just has it. They don't know if Lance has it yet. But I just think they want to keep Lance around for now. I don't think they're in any rush to move him. Jimmy Garoppolo was halfway out the door last offseason. They didn't trade him. He's still in a rookie deal. And if Lance doesn't work out in San Fran, he doesn't. But say Brock Purdy doesn't work out, he just starts not playing well for some reason. Sometimes something weird stuff happens like that. Like a player will have a fantastic year, good tape, he'll just play well, and then next year it's just like, what happened? There's so much of that in NFL. And there's a chance that could be Purdy. And now by then, Lance ought to know the entire playbook. He better. He's been hurt a lot. He hasn't been up and going a lot. He hasn't been hurt a lot, but he's had injuries, so there's no reason why he can't have the playbook down by now. And he hasn't really played. I know you still practice and all that stuff, but you get my gist. He should know the playbook by now. But I don't think the Niners are going to trade him. I think they're going to stick to him for now. But I would like to hear your guys' thoughts in the comment section below. I don't think the Colts should trade for him. It's easy to turn the highlight tapes or the highlight videos or the big throws and be like, yeah, I want this guy. Yeah, we should go for Trey Lance. Take some context. And don't just sometimes, what do you call it? When you just see something from the surface, it looks great. The Gilded Age, the Gilded Age of America, when everything wasn't going well. It looked great from the outside. You had freedom, but by the time you got there, it was rough. But then, kind of, you use the same term, gilded, like gilded gold. It's real gold on the outside. And then on the inside, it's just fake. Sometimes things look much better than they are, especially if you just watch the best moments or the highlights. So, I don't know. I'm not on with Trey Lance. I don't think he's a great processor. He's still got to learn that, and by now he's been in the league 2 years. I feel like you kind of have what you don't at this point. Even if he's barely played, you don't have the experience anymore. And it's going to be difficult when it's just, there's too many question marks you might as well just go with the guy in the draft. Might as well. The Niners are going to want more than a second-round pick, too. Don't forget how much the Niners gave up to trade up to number 3 to take him. So, I want you guys to give me your thoughts in the comment section below. Thank you for tuning into the JDW Sports Talk Show, where every fan is welcome. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, that post notification bell on so you don't miss any future videos. And this is it from JDW. Catch you next time.